The Fighter's Pass in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate has finally wrapped up after 87 long years. Or, for the rest of you non-impatient Nintendo gamers, roughly 13 months. Where's the Nintendo Direct?
It's been 4 months since the last Nintendo Direct.
I need more Nintendo game ports announced to me right now! I have my webcam on, ready at a moment's notice for this Nintendo Direct. I have kids to feed, damn it! The base roster of Smash Ultimate already has every character under the sun. You're telling me there's another sun? Stop playing with me, NASA. Now, I already did an entire separate video evaluating my opinions on Joker when he came out. I mean, I had to. He was my most wanted character, my most shot-in-the-dark pick I've ever had in the history of Smash Bros., and I got him on the first go in the DLC. But I decided to hold off on doing individual videos for the rest of the DLC characters until they were all out. And now,
we're happy to confirm the development of more DLC fighters for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
They still ain't all out. Okay, I really don't want to wait till 2022 to do this dang video. We're doing this shit now. Why do we hold DLC characters in such a higher regard over the characters in the base game? Well, it's simple, really. Base game characters, if we don't like them, they're still the rest of the game. But separate characters that I spent individual money on? That bitch better be the finest character I ever played in my damn life. Could've got some Chipotle with that money, but no, I spent that $5 on your bitch ass. That bitch better be my main. Not like my pocket main, no. My main. So let's see if these characters get the fighter's pass, or if they're fighter's ass. and then we throw them in the fighter's trash. Piranha Plant was sold separately from the other 5 fighters, but he's still DLC, so I'm just covering all my bases here. Also, every time I tell myself to stop making my videos longer than they need to be, I don't listen to me. That bitch don't control my life. So, Plant, yeah, I wasn't the happiest being in the world to see him when he was first revealed. I like to think it was mostly because that direct was at like 9 in the morning, so maybe I was just dirt tired and my brain didn't know how to process this acid trip, but that was then. And then the character actually came out, and I definitely enjoyed him more than I wanted to. Which is to say, I don't play him often, but when I do, it's a jolly jank-ass time. Plant is deceptively stronger than he looks. Seriously, look at this thing. Look at Gaia's happy little accidents. If I told you to describe this thing, and you told me heavyweight, projectiles, good juggle tilts, super armor on one of its moves, one of the fastest grab frame data in the whole game, or forward smash that can kill most non-heavyweights in the game at 70%, if you had told me any of this shit before November 1st, 2018, I would've slapped the shit out of you! This thing, the thing whose sole existence is popping out of sewer drains to go whack, 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 and then piece back out. His mobility ain't the hottest. It ain't the worst, but at least half the roster still outpaces him, and mobility matters a lot in Smash, okay? Don't believe the media. Plant's specials can still get some meaty percent if you're cute about it, but against speedsters like Zero Suit Samus, Falcon, or Sonic, Plant is my absolute last choice. Plant is definitely way better than I initially gave him credit for, and I applaud the creativity of making a fully realized moveset for a grunt enemy who was solely designed to be stationary in most of its appearances. But while I do have fun when I play him, I'm not particularly drawn to him. I don't play him often. Plant could have been the best character in the game objectively, and even if that were the case, I'm just not as drawn to him as all the other 70+ non-grunt characters. Plant, I appreciate you. If you return in the next game, I will shit my epic gamer diaper. As I mentioned, I already did a full video on Joker, but just for consistency, I'll quickly cover a couple of my key points from that video again here. But if you want to hear further in-depth thoughts, I'll link to that video at the end screen of this one, and in the description below, so feel free to check it out afterwards. That said, no use being vague, I probably don't have to tell you. Joker was and still is my favorite character in this game, or he's at least tied with Wolf. He's definitely my favorite of the current DLC, that's for dang sure. Ignoring the fact that Joker is still dominating the pro Smash circuits, thanks at least in part to MKLeo, I still like playing as him. He could be nerfed to Kingdom Come until all the Smash players stop complaining about him, and I would probably still play as him. Joker is just a schmoovin' character. The combos, the mobility, the flair of his moves, the victory screen, he schmooves. He schmooves so much, it looks like I know what I'm doing, even when I don't. The stage, despite being one of the least interesting locations from Persona 5, is somehow now one of the best locations in this game. And the music selection is fantastic, if uneven. I do still really wish P5, 4, and 3 all got at least 5 songs each, especially since they went through the trouble of changing stage aesthetics based on song selection. You like the color red? We got you, buddy. You like the color blue? Sit your ass down! There is one change I would like to make from my original Joker video. Previously I said Investigation Team and C's cameos would have been cool. I would like to amend that statement. I would like to change the would've to should've, as in, that should have happened. Especially after Terry Bogard rolled into town and brought every SNK character ever made with him. Every single one. Like, who the hell is this guy? Screw your knives, Kanji's got a chair! Other than that, Joker is easily still my #1 DLC character as of now, and one of at least my top 3 characters in general. The only thing holding him back from a perfect 10 in my eyes, even though they made me like Mementos, a sentence I never thought I would say, I was really banking on the Casino Palace being the stage. I would have much preferred that. I think a lot of people who played Persona 5 would. Besides that, great. Masterpiece. My life will be over on March 31st when Royal comes out. Please read Persona 5 Black Star by Hasso Tobi on Archive of Our Own. And Kamoshida can step on a Lego. That's all I got for this segment. Thanks for listening. Remember when everybody wanted to ban Hero before he even came out? And then when he did, all the Hero players kept accidentally killing themselves over and over? Sure, on the one hand, I completely understand the initial concerns about the amount of RNG that Hero has. It's not like RNG was never in Smash. Even with items off, a Luigi Misfire, a Peach Bomb, or a Game & Watch 9 could always be right around the corner. And I do believe that sometimes there is an argument to be made that adapting to RNG can be skillful in and of itself. On the other hand, there is a difference when your move has RNG and when it is the RNG button. Man, there are so many world-renowned anime series that I've never seen before that I promised friends I would watch, but I just don't know where to start. Better do my downbeat. Why does this one keep showing up every time? Now, I realize whether or not one can tolerate the amount of RNG on Heroes Down B, whether you're playing as him or against him, is gonna vary from person to person, and I simply don't have time to go over all the pros and cons for everybody. As a blanket statement, all I can tell you on my end is there's really only 2 down B moves that actually bother me. Thwack, obviously, but at least that one's usually easily avoidable. Magic Burst, on the other hand, I don't throw the word bullshit around a lot. This is the only move in this game where I use that word very liberally. If you're off stage and your opponent is waiting for you by that ledge, pulls up their menu, and you both see Magic Burst, unless you have a fantastic long-range recovery, you might as well just put the controller down and let yourself fall to your demise. It's better than letting the filthy hero player get the satisfaction. Other than that, the rest of Hero's kit's just kinda It does feel good to land a fully charged side B. That shit does kill mad early. But wacky shenanigans with the down B aside, I feel kinda underwhelmed playing as Hero personally. When I'm playing for fun, sure, I'll definitely bust Hero out every now and again, but playing for keeps? Nah. The stage, Yggdrasil's Altar, is very nice visually. It reminds me of Skyloft in a way. Not much going on the main platform of battle, but that's fine. Not every stage needs hazards or gimmicks up the wazoo. I'd like to play on this stage more if the music wasn't caca-poo-poo. To be more specific, Dragon Quest music, at least out of the tracks that I've heard myself, I just personally found to be okay. Nothing super memorable I can hum to myself outside of the game, but in-game, they get the job done. When they're not middies.
Koichi Sugiyama, in the bit of the research that I did on him, does not sound like the kind of guy I would willingly hang out with, but even ignoring who he is as a person, I really don't get the marketing strategy where you make your music sound like Poo Poo Kachuchu in the game, and then purposefully hide the superior orchestrational versions behind your official CD. I'm really not sure what the marketing strategy is there. If I turn on a game and hear synthesized farts, I'm not gonna pull my wallet and go, I need 20 copies of the latest CD, please! Hey guys, if you're enjoying this episode of Smash Master Show and would like to watch it in a video quality setting higher than 240p and through an audio system other than a McDonald's drive-thru speaker, make sure to smash that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, donate to my OnlyFans page, and make sure to pick up a copy of the official Smash Master Show Blu-ray, which contains the exclusive Nicktoons Battle for Volcano Island episode. Nah, that doesn't exist. I'm not doing that shit. I have a little more self-respect than that.
So yeah, the music is MIDI, and it's not like MIDI music is automatically trash. Let's take, for example, two other Square Enix franchises, Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts. Nobuo Uematsu's tracks in the PS1 Final Fantasy games, for the most part, still hold up spectacularly, 9 being a personal standout for me. And Kingdom Hearts, heck, I actually prefer some of the original PS2 MIDIs to their HD remix counterparts. Yeah, not that one, but this, I literally can't stand this music. Overall, Dragon Quest in Smash was a long time coming, and being able to play as multiple heroes from across the series was a splendid touch. But I'm half and half on actually playing Hero, and while the stage is good, the music makes me stay far away from it. When modding Smash Ultimate becomes a more accessible thing, I will gladly correct the problem Sugiyama needlessly created. But for now, it pains me to say this, but unfortunately, I don't think Banjo and Kazooie are good characters in this game. Most of their kit has assloads of end lag, most of their moves are on the weaker side, which isn't a problem in and of itself, except they also don't really do combos either. They somehow have a good recovery and a shit recovery at the exact same time. I don't know how you do that. Side B, while extremely effective when it hits, has limited use and can be very predictable. His up tilt is a myth, and Breagle Blaster is so situational as to be pointless. And yet I somehow still love playing as them anyway.
20% of it is probably for the wrong reasons. I said the side B was predictable, but thanks to the magic of Nintendo Online, predictability usually doesn't matter. Sure, it's predictable, but you should have predicted it 3/4 of a second earlier than you would have had to offline, my friend. That'll be $19.99 a year, please.
But the other 80%? Edgeguarding characters with eggs and butt grenades at the same time, side being poor fools who are committing to a big move and now have no time or way to dodge, throwing people into the ground followed by an up smash before they get the chance to mash out, that meaty forward air. Like, yeah, I don't think Banjo-Kazooie's a good character, but I also don't think Ganondorf's a good character, and I love Tidoraya as much as everyone else does. Heck, Hero's probably more optimal, but I still prefer playing Banjo. I just have more fun. Now, I think the only time Banjo absolutely dominates is against heavier and or slower characters. If you choose to lame it out and strictly play keep away with projectiles, there can sometimes not be too much they can reliably do, it depends. But otherwise, I think Banjo is a jack of all trades, master of none kind of character, but when it all comes together, it all comes together. The stage, of course, was going to end up being Spiral Mountain, but I was curious how they were going to turn a mountain of this kind of terrain into a 2D arena. Well, gotta hand it to them. They figured it out. It doesn't make much logical sense, but, logic. The bird shoots grenades out of its ass. I'm not here for science. I'm here for that Grant Kirkhope score, baby. I do wish we got a couple of Banjo-Tooie songs that weren't just boss themes, and I find it a little weird Gruntilda's Lair isn't a separate remix, instead hiding within one for Gobi's Valley, but other than that, killer lineup.
I joked before Banjo came out. I said, what if Yoko Shimomura did a Banjo-Kazooie remix? And there's a reason that we don't give this kind of superpower out to people willy-nilly. Alright, we get it, Yoko. You're good at beach themes. Okay, move it along, Chief.
What else is there left for me to say except, welcome home, Banjo and Kazooie. Please get some buffs. I still like playing as you guys, but please get some buffs. And please get a new game! Please, Microsoft, fucking, I'll take Banjo Pilot 2 at this point. Like, all right, just.
For this next DLC fighter, I would like to. Hello? Did anyone drop a command input around here? Somebody seems to have mistakenly left this fighting game button command in my party game. How did they make this shit so complicated? Down, forward, B? What does that even mean? They lost me on the first forward. This command input bullshit was already too much with Ryu and Ken. And now they're expecting me to memorize the intricate geometry of a pretzel? Hey. Have any of you ever done the combo mission modes in any Arc System Works fighting game? Shut up!
I was never big on playing as Ryu or Ken, and no, not because of command inputs. I like watching other people play Ken, and, well, when I find someone who plays Ryu, I'll let you know. But I just never got into him myself. But Terry's the fun version of those two, and more. He has a more interesting kit, he's stylish, he's an American guy voiced by a Japanese guy, so when he says power wave, it sounds like he's saying go away.
Go away! Go away! Go away!
Go away! Go away! Go away!
If Joker wasn't in this game, Terry might be my favorite DLC character so far. I did not expect to like him as much as I ended up doing. Now, I don't think he's a fantastic character in terms of competitive viability. Have you noticed a pattern after Joker? I do think he sometimes relies a tiny too much on hard read punishes, and his recovery, his up B or side B don't snap ledge, and if you're trying to recover and don't have your midair jump, I'm not gonna say you have no chance. You just have no chance against most of the roster. It's fine. But hey, when I'm on stage, whee!
I have no idea why people complain about commands and combos. Listen to this one. A, down B. Does that one sound too hard to you? It's not. Everyone does it. All the time. I should know I'm one of them.
Whee! The King of Fighters Stadium stage, at first glance, is absolutely nothing special. It's just a single flat surface. But it has one of the most unique features of any stage in Smash history. Invisible walls that can only be broken through with enough knockback. This is such a small thing, but it really changes how you approach combat on this stage. Or, in other words, you actually have to play the game and not just try to back throw at the edge of the screen. Sorry, every Smash player ever. Honestly, if one of the next Smash DLC characters in Fighters Pass 2 is another 2D fighting game character, I wouldn't mind if their stage incorporated this gimmick again. And this many cameos.
I brought a chair too, bitch!
And this many music tracks. Holy shit! SNK really rolled up, looked Square dead in the eyes, and then spit in them. So many songs, I still haven't properly sat down and listened to all of them. It's actually insane. I can't believe I spent $5 for all this music and got a free playable character out of it. Wild world we live in, man.
not gonna have the discussion, okay? We're not gonna have the it's another Fire Emblem character discussion, alright? It's only been a month, but everyone has had that conversation a million times already. I don't have that kind of time, alright? As you can see, I'm a very busy man, alright? I have other stuff to do today. Okay, that was a rough draft, okay?
We're just gonna review the character and the rest of the pack's content as is, regardless of what dating simulator disguised as a real-time strategy game they come from. Cool? Cool. Byleth is my least favorite DLC character. I swear on my life, this has nothing to do with it being Fire Emblem. I've been a petty bitch before, but I've never been that bad. In fact, I gotta give huge props, if anything. Next to Robin, Byleth is the most unique Fire Emblem character. I don't think they're good, but they are unique. Now, let me just clarify real quick. I know I've called every character except Joker not good, but that was mostly in terms of super competitivity-ness. That's a term now. They were still at least good in general and/or fun to play as. I don't think Byleth is either or. Now, this character is very recent. They only came out a month ago, so for all I know, this video will go up and something would have already happened within that time frame that'll make me eat my words, but as of right now, I think Byleth is a solved character. Like, a character with low agility and slow moves, with all her best attacks being easily readable and countered, but is as light as a feather. When I'm up against a Byleth, the only time I'm scared to do anything is go off stage with them when I'm at high percent, because they will hit me with that up B without even trying, and I will die. Other than that, I feel more confident fighting a Byleth than I do most other characters. Seriously, I know we got slow, extremely risky, but extremely strong moves, like the Falcon Punch and Ganondorf's up tilt, and I never say this about any other move in the game. If you get successfully hit, or have your shield broken by Byleth's fully charged bow and arrow,
What's wrong with you?
unless, of course, that happens to you online, then you get a pass. A pass that costs $20 a year. Being as Byleth is still a very new addition, I do still sometimes pick them up out of obligation to play with my new toys, but I don't really like playing as them all that much either. Like I said, most of their moves worth a damn are so slow, predictable, and very punishable, and at least heavyweights that fall into 2 or all of these categories can afford to make mistakes since it takes longer to kill them. But Byleth is almost right smack in the middle of the entire roster in terms of weight, meaning you have to be very patient and very methodical, more so than I feel is worth it. At least the stage looks nice. That's all I got. Great. Not only do I not like the character, I don't like the stage either. People really are gonna think I'm trashing on this DLC just because it's Fire Emblem. No one's gonna believe me. Gotta find something nice to say. Wow! That door looks cool! Or, whoa! Look at that other door! If I was a teacher in a door class, those motherfucks, they get A+. I know Sakurai said he had to perform the world's first 3 houses any percent speedrun on a pre-alpha beta that they could only get running on a refrigerator in the office in order to have time to get Byleth and Smash, but was there really no other locations from the game that would have made better stages? Anything? This stage is so boring. Other than your waifus and husbandos cheering you on in the background, there's nothing else going on. It's not like I'm asking for hazards out the wazoo. You can have a relatively simple stage. Yggdrasil's Altar and the King of Fighters Stadium prove that. But this stage has 4 sections, and they're all the same flat surface with changes so minimal as to ultimately not matter. How do we have a second, more boring version of the Bridge of Eldin? I'm sorry guys, I went in with an open mind. I really did. I'm happy for Fire Emblem 3 Houses fans. I'm even humoring checking the game out eventually. But Byleth is currently my least favorite DLC character. At least the music slaps.
And there you have it. Those are my thoughts on the first wave of Smash DLC characters, at least as much as I could reasonably cram into a video of decent length. If Fighters Pass 2 is even half as good as Fighters Pass 1 was, we're in for a hell of a good time, and I, for one, am excited to continue riding on Masahiro Sakurai's wild train. And I'm also excited for Celica from Fire Emblem Echoes. And I'm also excited for the main protagonist from Fire Emblem, the mobile game, the Heroes. And I'm also excited for the main girl in Fire Emblem, the Dynasty Warriors 1. I'm also excited for a Pokemon from Sword and Shield, and Ultra Instinct Goku. And Crash Bandicoot.